Welcome to lesson 2 of writing an academic essay from start to finish, where we're literally going to write an essay together from start to finish. In this lesson, the types and structure of an essay, we're going to talk about the 4 main types of essays, the basic structure of an essay, and how to analyze an essay, plus a quick activity. And at the end of the lesson, we're going to introduce the essay assignment. It's that essay that we're going to write together. All right, grab a notebook and pen, hit the subscribe button, and let's get started. There are many different types of essays that serve different purposes, but these are the big 4. First up, we have the narrative essay, which shares a story or a personal experience. For example, you could write an essay about your experience participating in a marathon and how it taught you resilience. Because it's narrative, like a story, it usually has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and it uses descriptive details to a certain extent. Next up, we have a persuasive essay, and the purpose of a persuasive essay is to convince the reader to adopt a certain viewpoint. For example, you could write an essay trying to convince a reader of the benefits of reading books. This kind of essay is focused on making good arguments through evidence and reasoning, and sometimes even emotional appeal. And this is the kind of essay we're going to be focusing on in this series. Next up, we have an expository essay where we explain or inform about a specific topic. For example, we might write an essay explaining the role of technology in education. For this kind of essay, you want to focus on the facts and avoid personal opinions. Finally, we have a descriptive essay, which is self-explanatory. We describe something, like a day at the beach. In this kind of essay, we're free to use creative writing elements like imagery, sensory details, literary devices, etc. All right, let's reflect. What skills or techniques do you think overlap across all of these essay types? Also, what kind of other essay types do you think there are? Let me know all the essay types you know in the comments. Now, most essays, especially academic essays, follow the same standard structure, also known as the hamburger essay, and it's probably one of the first essays you're going to learn how to write. It follows a 5-paragraph structure, including an introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. And it all centers around a thesis statement, which we're going to talk about together in more depth. The introduction and the conclusion are like the buns of the burger. The body paragraphs are like the layers, so your lettuce, your tomatoes, your meat. And I also added that the thesis statement is like your mayonnaise or your sauce, which just ties the whole thing together. Now, each one of these sections can be further broken down into its individual parts. Before we move on to breaking down the structure of an essay in detail, you can grab our complete essay bundle, including these slides and a sample essay, or you can check out our free reading list below, which includes samples of essays as well. All right, let's hop into my favorite part, which is the complete structure of an academic essay. As we agreed, every essay has an introduction, body paragraphs, and a conclusion. Your introduction can be broken down into 3 parts: your hook, your context, and your thesis statement. Your hook is an opening statement, like 1 or 2 sentences, which is meant to capture the reader's attention. You follow that up with context, which is background information on your topic. You can use the 5 W's and the H for that: who, what, when, where, why, and how. Then you have your thesis statement, which is the star of your essay. And to write a thesis statement, you can use TAP: topic, argument, and points. Your topic is your main topic, your argument is what you're going to say about that topic, and your points support your argument. Let's look at an example. Music is good for the brain because it improves memory, reduces anxiety, and boosts mood. Here, music is your topic. Your argument is that it's good for the brain. Your points are that it improves memory, reduces anxiety, and boosts mood. Every point in your thesis statement gets its own body paragraph, and every body paragraph follows the same format. You can use the acronym PEAL to remember that format: point, evidence, explanation, and link. As we agreed, you get your point from your thesis statement. Your evidence is proof for your point. This can be facts, statistics, quotes. We're going to go into all of this in more depth in this series. Your explanation shows how your evidence proves your point and how your point proves your thesis statement. And finally, your link connects to the next body paragraph or your next point. You're going to end your essay off with a conclusion. And I always like to say that your conclusion is like your introduction, but flipped. So instead of ending with your thesis statement, you're going to start with your thesis statement, repeat it, but in different words, summarize your main points from your body paragraphs, and unhook the reader. Because you hook them at the beginning, you got to unhook them at the end. If I had to condense this entire series into one slide, this would be the slide. So I have taken all the information on the slide and condensed it into an essay cheat sheet, which you can grab for free in the description below. And I always tell my students to study the cheat sheet until you become one with it. So make sure you download that. Now that we know how to build a basic essay, we can start analyzing essays. Analyzing others' essays will help us become more familiar with that structure we just spoke about, help us learn what makes a good argument and maybe a not so good one, and help us figure out the strengths and weaknesses of different essays. And also we get to explore a variety of writing techniques, which is really important because as we analyze and write essays, we want to develop our voice as a writer as well. To analyze an essay, we can follow 4 steps: skim, read, evaluate, and summarize. First, skim the essay. Read the title, headings, intro, conclusion, figure out what type of essay it is, find the thesis, and find the points. Then read the essay and keep an eye out for supporting evidence. Is the author using stats, facts, anecdotes, quotes? What are they using to support their arguments? And then decide, are you convinced? Would you say that the author made good arguments? And finally, summarize your thoughts. What do you think the author did well? And what do you think they could have done better? Also, quick tip, you can use AI to help you evaluate the sources that the author used. Now that we know how to analyze an essay, let's analyze an essay. For this activity, I want you to choose one of the essays in our Essays for Exploration reading list below, or any essay that you're interested in reading, and then follow the steps that I just explained and complete this table. Find the title of your essay, decide what type of essay it is, find the thesis statement, outline the main arguments, decide what types of supporting evidence the author is using for their arguments, and give your overall evaluation. Whenever you're ready, you can pause, complete the activity, and then we'll go over an answer together. If you want to analyze the same essay I'm going to be analyzing for the answer, you can go to our Essays for Exploration reading list in the description below. It's completely free, and I'm going to be covering the benefits of reading books. That's the name of the essay. Okay. Pause when you're ready. All right, let's go through a sample answer for analyzing an essay for the essay, The Benefits of Reading Books. The type of essay was persuasive. The thesis statement was, by delving into books, individuals can improve mental health, boost cognitive functions, and increase longevity. The main arguments were following the thesis. So improves mental health, found it right there, enhances cognitive functions, boosts cognitive functions, and associated with increasing longevity, increased longevity. Types of supporting evidence were scientific studies, empirical data, and statistical evidence. And my overall evaluation was that it was convincing, it was well structured, it was supported by evidence, but we could have spoken a little bit about counter arguments to make an even stronger argument. If you have any questions about analyzing your essay or about essays in general, please drop them in the comments and I will do my best to respond. You can also grab our complete essay bundle, which includes these slides and an additional resource for how to analyze an essay. You can find the link in the description below. Okay, let's end this lesson off with the big assignment for this series. This is what we're going to be working on from now until the end of the series. The assignment is to write a 5-paragraph persuasive essay on a topic of your choice. You can even use a topic that you're working on at school for this, although we will go through the brainstorming and topic selection process if you would just want to follow along. Here are some guidelines. It's going to be 3 pages maximum, so about 750 words. We have to have at least 3 academic sources in it, so peer-reviewed journal articles. We're going to talk more about that. And the citation style is going to be MLA. We are going to cover citation styles as well. So as a warm-up for the next lesson, try this pre-writing reflection. Grab a paper and a pen and just write out. What do you want to write an essay about? What are some of your writing strengths? What are some things that you think some challenges that you think you're going to face? What are you most excited about this? And what are you least excited about this? If you want to delve deeper into this persuasive essay assignment, you can grab our complete essay bundle, which includes all of these slides and a whole bunch of resources, including this essay assignment with an accompanying rubric. That way you can mark yourself too, because that's always fun. All of our links can be found in the description below. Be sure to follow along for lesson 3, and I'll see you next time.